There they are. Hello. Oh, this is the best. Oh, look at the cows. Ha! Ah, you're gonna die. Ha, have fun. Whee! And you're dead. Hey everyone, Emma here from the Golden Potato. Welcome to another awesome mod review where today we are going to be taking a look at the Too Much TNT mod, as you can guess by the tremendous amount of TNT in my inventory that we are going to be going over today. Now, this is actually my third take of this mod review because the first two times I spent way too much time on the crafting recipes and I lingered too much on each TNT, and each one lasted over 40 minutes. And I know you guys don't want to watch a 40-minute mod review, so I'm filming it again, and this time I have made the decision to cut out the crafting recipes, because that is what the forum is for. I will leave that in the description below so you can check out the crafting recipes, but today we are simply here to see these TNTs in action and find out what they do. So I'm here with Frank. He is up in an obsidian bunker over here. There's one iron bar there for him to breathe, but he's sealed in, so we're not gonna break through and check on him. I assure you he is there, he is safe, he will not be exploded. And I'm also wearing a hat today, because, as I decided in my last mod review, I was going to be wearing a hat, so I'm wearing a creeper. Say hello to Fred. This is Fred the creeper. He's my buddy. He hasn't exploded. He's really nice, and yeah, he's just chilling there. He's going to help us with some explosions today, and that brings us to the first part of the mod review. Now, there is one very important ore called sulfur ore, and I can't show you right now because my inventory is so full, but this is a green substance, and maybe we'll find it when we explode things later. But this sulfur ore, basically what it does is when you mine it, it drops 5 gunpowder every single time. So unlike redstone, there is a definite number of how much it is going to drop, and it spawns at coal level and iron level and redstone level and diamond level. It spawns at any level, and it's rarer than iron, but you can find it above ground and below ground as well. So that is a better way to get gunpowder instead of killing people like Fred. You know, Fred never wanted to die. He just wanted to explode things because that's in his nature, and that today is going to be in our nature as well, because the first TNT we're going to be taking a look at is the TNT times 5. So, like, once again, I'm not going over the crafting recipes, but these 4 TNTs right here will form the basis for all of the other crafting recipes. So that is pretty cool. So here's the TNT times 5. It's a nice blue color, and let's actually grab ourselves a flint and steel to light these bad boys. And what this does is it makes an explosion, as you may have guessed, 5 times bigger than a regular TNT. So let's take a look at the explosion right in the middle of a tree, and boom. Whoa, took out that whole tree right there, and that is just the TNT times 5. I mean, come on, that's pretty big. So let's go on the ground here and test out the TNT times 20, which, as you may have guessed, is built up of TNT times 5s. And let's see the explosion here. It should be a little bigger. And kaboom. Up, there we go. Chunks are loading. Look at that. Cleared up the whole forest right there. Well, as you get, the TNT is probably right here. But as you can see, it's a crater, and it's really cool. So the next TNT, oh, dropped my flint. The next TNT we're going to look at is the TNT times 100. So let's take a look at that one. This is 100 times bigger than the regular TNT. Let's put it here in this nice taiga biome, and let's put it on the snow, and everything is about to get explodified. Yeah, that's right, I just invented that word. So it looks like the bigger the TNT, the longer it takes for it to explode. I mean, that makes sense. Also, part of it is the fact that my chunks need to load. Come on. There we go. Chunks are loading. And we found a nice cave system here. Here's what sulfur ore looks like. It's a nice green color. Oh, it looks like we exploded an entire dungeon. Look at that. Iron, redstone. Oh, there's some gunpowder. But nope, this is what sulfur ore looks like. They come in veins similar to iron and stuff. And yeah, wow, that is a massive explosion. I'll get rid of the sapling. And the last one that we have is the TNT times 500. And this is 500 times bigger than a regular TNT. And for the sake of my computer and the fact that it crashes every time I explode it, I will not be going over this one today. But it is absolutely massive. And the meteor TNT is the other one. That is the only one bigger than the TNT times 500. And what this one does is it sends a giant meteor coming down from the sky and makes a giant crater even bigger than the TNT times 500. So as you may have guessed, I will not be going over that one either. But the next ones are a little more handy. You know, they're for crafting and stuff. For mining and building and forming new structures and helping and doing cool stuff. So this is the flat bomb. And what this does is it basically flattens out an area. So if we want to get rid of this hilly shore right here, we just place it down and light it up, and it'll flatten a certain number of blocks in its radius and sort of get rid of the sand on the hill. Blooming back a little, but as you can see, it flattened things out. Destroyed some sand, obviously, because it has a lower blast resistance. And it blows up the side of the mountain too, but the point is that it flattens the ground. So if we were to do that one more time and put it on the side, whoops, wrong one, we'll get to that one next, but if we put it on the side here, it'll flatten into the side of the mountain a little bit more. So if you want to cut your way through a mountain, all you need is a couple of these, and you should be in good shape. And, ooh, look, a cave. So the next one is the mining flap. How perfect that we found a cave. What it does is it flattens out an area all the way underground for you, and even sets up some torches. So it's great for mining. Eerie cave sounds in my ear, but take a look at this one, and it makes a nice, massive flat area for you underground, with some torches everywhere. I mean, come on, this was not here before. It sets out a nice space for you when you're mining, lots of torches, reveals some ores, but also creates a nice hub for you as well. And how unfitting that it's turning to nighttime. Let's set the time to day. And yeah, it does cut through to the open. It depends on how deep you are in the ground, but it revealed a ravine, which is pretty nice. It doesn't give you any of the blocks back. It'll only give you item drops like cocoa beans. So when you are using a flattening bomb, make sure that you've already mined out the precious ores, or else those will disappear as well. So the next one we have is the compact TNT, which is one of my favorites. When it explodes, it releases even more TNT. So its explosion itself creates an explosion, but then it also explodes more TNT. So where should we put this one? Let's put it right here in the middle of these two trees. 3 trees, 4 trees, I don't know. And as you can see, it'll explode. You're thinking it's going to be an explosion, and there is, but then there's even more TNT. Oh, look at that. So beautiful. Look at that. Let the chunks load. Totally destroy this whole area right there. I mean, we are wrecking havoc everywhere. And look at that explosion over there. That's massive. Let's do something constructive now with the house TNT. So you make this one when you want to build a house out of an explosion. And we have a snowball here. Yeah, I'm creative, whatever. Let's light this up. And it forms a nice little house, a basic house for you to live in, which is really cool. And boom! Some nice cobblestone, some windows, if I can find the door here. It has a nice little fence gate, and it just has some torches in here and a crafting table, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty much what this house does, but the other 2 houses do some even cooler stuff. The brick house and the wood house. So the wood house is more advanced than the regular house, so if you build it here, it does cut into the mountain sometimes, so it's not as fitting. Make sure you use like a flat bomb or something to make it fit into the terrain. As you can see here, it's sort of cut into the grass here. But if you do go find the gate, or if you just break through, because there is no gate, you'll find that there's a bed here that, well, should have been here. Now there's a bed here and some torches, and then it also comes with a furnace and plenty of wood and stuff for you to mine out, which is pretty cool. And the last one in the house series is the brick house, which is the most valuable. It actually requires 2 diamonds, which is pretty expensive. And where can we build this one? Let's put this one right here on the top of the hill. And it'll, as you may have guessed, create a brick house. And it'll be amazing. It's a brick do house. No, nobody for that kind of music. Anyways, if we get rid of the snow, you'll find that it has glowstone in the ceiling, wool in the floor, some nice glass as usual. Also a big chest for me to shove stuff in. And a furnace, which is also empty. But it is pretty nice. Honestly, I don't know why you'd want a house this size if you've already found diamonds, but hey, whatever you want, that's completely okay. So let's bring the next couple down. We're getting into the fun TNTs here. These are some of my favorites. We'll leave those up here for now. Those. Did you hear what I just said? I said those. Let's leave those up there for now. Alright, the first one we have is the fire TNT, which creates a giant ball of fire and spreads it out over the land to cover things, and it's going to be amazing. So let's put it in between these snowy trees here. There's a random puddle. Boop, not anymore. Fire TNT, light it up, and I love the fire particles on this one, really cool. And boom, and everything is on fire. Look at that. Stuff is burning to the ground. That is so massive right there. Giant ball of fire. I mean, you don't want that in your survival world. You don't want that. If you want to torture your friends and they have a wood house that they've built, just send out a fire and it'll be nice. But the next one is really cool too. It's the snow TNT, and let's put it in a place that isn't already covered in snow. So let's put it, where should we put it? Let's put it over here. Let's go into the middle of the jungle here, and let's put it here, and put this here, and wait for the explosion to happen. And boom, everything's covered in snow. Yay! We covered this whole tree. We made a Christmas jungle tree. Ah, so nice. So, you know, if you want snow and decorative snow, this one's pretty handy. It's not destructive. And the next one is also destructive or not, depending on how you want to look at it. It is the ocean TNT. So let's put it in our crater. Alright, so let's place the TNT down here, and let's see what it will do. Boom, let's put it down here, and it'll fill, I love the water particles, by the way. It'll fill this giant hole with beautiful water. There we go. I freaked out for a minute. It'll fill it with water, and it'll make a little ocean. We have a plunger squid right there. Oh, that is hilarious. Hello, Mr. Plunger Squid. You're so beautiful. Anyways, it does sort of flood areas if you put it in not a crater. For example, if we put it here, it will not look pretty. So you have to like carve out an area for the ocean TNT before you want to use it. But as you can see here, the ocean goes unrestrained. I mean, it's still going. It's still going. It'll go as big as, like, it'll have a maximum size that it can fill. But look, the chunks are still loading for the water to kick in. It's flooding the snow off the trees, and that is basically the maximum size. But I think that's more controlled. Less controlled, actually, than the lake that we created before. So now it's time to do some destruction with the Hellfire TNT, which requires me to be on easy mode. And what this one does, it spawns in a mini nether, so it does require some TNT, fire TNT to be specific, in it. And let's put it down here in this crater here, and see if it can turn this little area into a nether. So really extreme fire particles here, and then expect some loud volume. I'm turning it down. Wow. Pretty much adds in gas if you want gas tiers. It does require gas tiers in the recipe, but it gives you your own ghasts that are flying everywhere. As long as we're not on survival, they won't explode things. But let's go back to peaceful and get rid of them, just for the sake of the continuity of the mod review. And the next one is the vaporized TNT, which actually gets rid of lava or water, depending on where you put it. So actually, if I take this leaf here, and I drag it all the way across, let's see, all the way across, come on, and I put it in the middle of the ocean, what it will do is it will basically vaporize everything. So let's actually put it down here. There we go. And light it up, and it'll fall, and it should take out a bit of this ocean TNT. Not as big a radius as the actual thing. Yeah, there we go. See, it took out some. There we go. Vaporized a lot of this TNT, so if you want to get rid of the water that your friends have trolled you with, make sure you use the vaporized TNT. It'll take a couple, but it's okay because TNT is annoying. And the next one we have is the Ender Bomb, which is one of my favorites. What this does is when it explodes, it shoots you really, really high and far away. So brace yourself. We're gonna stand next to it. We're gonna hug the TNT and watch what happens. Brace yourself, Fred. Whee! This is horrible. We're still floating. Oh my gosh, this is so ridiculously high. Look, we're still falling. There we go. And almost missed the water. We would have shattered our legs there. Not sure if you take initial damage as well as fall damage, but that's okay. Because the next one is the nuclear TNT. Isn't that right, Mr. Sheep? The nuclear TNT? Yeah. Yeah, that should be hilarious. So this nuclear TNT basically destroys trees and creates nuclear waste everywhere that eats away at things. And it does create a really weird shaped crater, like with jaggedy edges and stuff. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Or should I say in less than a minute, because it's exploding now. It has a really big knockback. And it starts covering everything in nuclear waste, which hurts you when you step on it. So if we push this cow here, look, there he is, he's dying. Oh, that's so horrible. And here was the explosion, as you can see, really jaggedy shapes, like holes in the ground and weird layers and stuff. And it'll totally destroy everything. I mean, look, the leaves are gone. The trees are stumps at this point, all scattered. Look, it's still going. Like, the bomb was all the way over there. That's absolutely incredible. Look, it's still going. Here, the trees are kind of getting better back here. So the next one is the digging TNT, which digs a 1x1 hole in the ground and puts some water at the bottom for you, so that if you need to descend to bedrock quickly, you can get there. You can hop down and you can just go wee. And well, we actually happen to go through a puddle, so you can't really see that. Let's do that one again, shall we? That was really lame. That was a lame one. So let's try it again down here. If water's in the way, then it'll fill up the rest of the hole, but otherwise it'll be okay. So there we go. I should put water at the bottom now. Nope, there's still water down here. But as you can see, it'll cut through anything, and the hole will continue all the way down here. It'll reveal a couple more caves and stuff, but it just creates a tunnel for you to climb through. If water isn't initially there, there will be water at the bottom, but if water is in the middle, it can be really annoying and kind of a waste of TNT, considering the fact that you may drown. But the drilling TNT is far more effective, sort of the counterpart of the digging TNT. It's a lot bigger. And where should we put this? Not near the nuclear waste. Let's put it in this little hole right here. Let's plop it down, and hello, Mr. Cow, you're about to get sucked into a drilling hole. Go, massive hole, lots of water at the bottom. It'll spawn in squids, unless, of course, there's lava on the sides. No, Mr. Cow! No, why? Oh, no, but we have lapis, this filled with a water pool here. This reveals some nice caves. Oh, look, diamonds. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? Oh, wow, that's a massive vein and lava. Okay, so yeah, it does help you out if you want to sort of create your own quarry without having to dig manually, but then there are also some disadvantages considering the fact that you can run into lava and other problems. But the next couple we have are also really, really cool. Let's bring these down here, and here we go. So the first one we have is the ghost TNT, which shoots down into the ground and creates a massive hole. So let's see, if we go here, it'll just create a massive ball in the ground. It'll disappear. You'll hear an explosion, and then when you dig down, it'll be there. So let's dig down. There we go. So this is the hole created by the ghost TNT. So if you're on the top of a mountain and you want to dig a hole in the bottom of the mountain, you can. But I mean, come on, right now, if you put some water at the bottom, it's a really nice place to like look out onto this ravine. So if you've placed it nicely, it should be really, really handy for your survival world. And the next one we have is the multiply TNT, which when it explodes will multiply the drops of the things you explode. So unlike regular TNTs, which either don't give you anything back or give you some things back, this will actually give everything back and double that. So with every dirt block it explodes, it'll give me back 2 dirt. This doesn't work with valuable ores and stuff, but if you want to collect cobblestone or sand or wood, it can be really, really helpful. So if we light this up here, you'll see the number of drops that we get. Look at all that dirt and that wood. I'm glitching out again, not sure why, and I really don't want to pick that up, but as you can see, the dirt explodes in pairs, and it's great for collecting wood as well. So the next one we have is the cubic TNT, which is really nice, because it creates a nice 5x5x2 cubic explosion area, really organized explosion. This is the cubic TNT, you can line them up, sort of like this, and create a nice little tunnel downward. And it can be really, really cute. And all these TNTs have the same properties of regular TNTs. It's a chain reaction, but that one was exploded out of the way. So be careful that if you want to create a tunnel down in a cubic fashion like this instead of with the digging TNT, that you do it one at a time. And the next one we have is one of my favorites. It's the erupting TNT. So what this does is it shoots TNT up into the air, and then it explodes it all. So let's put it on the side of the mountain here and destroy this mountain. And light up, love the smoke, and it'll shoot TNT everywhere, and it'll go and bring the chunks are still loading, but look at that explosion all the way down to here. Revealed a nice ravine here. We got some good ores here, lots of iron. These TNTs are great for revealing ores, even though they destroy some in the process, but that was awesome. Love the sound effects. And the next one is the chemical TNT, which creates sort of a chemical reaction of explosions everywhere. So here we are on the other side of the mountain. Let's put it in the middle here and see what happens. Wow, that was really quick. There we go. The first explosion is really quick, and then it'll explode down in a less organized way than the digging TNT, and it won't put water at the bottom. But here we go, cutting into the mining flat bomb here. and it'll sort of explode initially, and then it'll set off chemical reactions everywhere for lots of explosions. And the floating TNT is one of my favorites as well, because what this does is it goes up into the air and then explodes things everywhere. So if I put this on this tree right here, it'll ominously rise up into the air, and then it'll explode in a massive radius, even if it's not close to anything. Look, boom! Look, it took out the whole tree. It took out the whole mountain and the tree. It has a massive radius. So if you want to troll your friends again and their house is on a hill, you just send that TNT up, and it'll explode in their face. So the freeze TNT is similar to the snow TNT and the fire TNT in that it covers everything in ice. So nice particle effects here. So creative. And it should turn everything into snow. Watch out, Mr. Piggy! The vines will remain, but it'll turn most of the trees into ice. And it'll also create not just a surface layer, but also like a really big layer of ice underground. I don't know how many blocks deep that is, but you know, if you have Silk Touch and you want ice or something, then be my guest. So the next couple we have are the last. So let's take a look at these. And the first one we have is the timer TNT, which actually reacts on a timer and takes a while to explode. So if we light it up, it'll flash green, which means it's safe to go. You can stand on it, you can hug it, you can do whatever you want with it. But then, wait for it. When it turns yellow, you should probably take heed. Yes, I just wanted to say that word, but you should probably get away because it's going to explode soon. And then when it turns red, you know it's going to explode, and then it explodes. About the same as 2 or 3 regular TNTs, but once again, it's sort of controlled. So the reaction TNT, not the reaction TNT. I don't know where that word came from. But the reaction TNT is sort of like ultra version of the chemical TNT. Crazy explosions everywhere. The chemical bombs will knock you down. Chunks haven't loaded yet. And there we go. Oh, knocking me everywhere. So insane. And there we go. Let's let the chunks load. See what the explosion is. It'll go all the way down here. So more extreme than the chemical TNT. The chemical TNT sort of goes straight down, where the reaction TNT creates a bigger radius to destroy you in. And the next one is the animal TNT, which is the last one that requires me to go on not a peaceful mode, and this basically spawns in 1 or 2 of every mob in the game besides, you know, the player. So you'll hear the noises, and woo, look, we have another creeper. You're not Fred, so, you know, I don't care about you. Magma greens, spiders, we have a pig here, we have I hear skeletons and zombies dying, we have blazes, we have villagers trying to swim away from the zombies, oh, that's horrible, cave spiders, wolves, I'm sure the ocelots have run away. There's the ocelot, there's zombie pigmen that don't seem to be holding any sword, which is really strange, and mushrooms, of course, and a little bitty slime with a diamond block on it from the hat mod. Let's go back into peaceful, and then we'll be left with all the peaceful mobs. But if you really want to harness the animal TNT to your full power, make sure that you put your mode to easy, medium, you know, normal or difficult, or not peaceful. But the next one is the sand firework, which erupts sand everywhere. Love the animation on this one. It's so cool. So let's just boop, put it down, light it up, and look at this. Ready? Boom! Sand everywhere. Oh, that's so pretty. And then it'll cover your world in sand. You probably take fall damage when you get crushed by a piece of sand, but it covers things in a giant radius. So the next one is the floating island TNT, which takes a copy of the land below it and puts it above it. So let's put it right next to the water here and put it down here. And what it'll do is it'll copy the land and put it above and create a floating island mirror of what it's surrounded below it. It won't copy valuable ores like diamond. As you can see, it has the same cave structures. Gravel will fall to the ground, but the water will also create a nice waterfall. The sand here, that was from the sand TNT, and the nuclear waste and the snow will all be copied. And if you look directly below it, it's exactly the same thing, which is really, really awesome. And then we're moving on to the last couple, the TNT firework. This is probably my favorite. Let's put it right here in the middle of the nuclear waste. We won't get hurt because we're on creative, but as you can see, it creates a nice little like deadly green particle, and it'll rocket up into the air and explode so much TNT, and it will be radiant death, and it'll still come down. Like it still falls down after a minute or so. I mean, look at how much destruction it's doing combined with all of the TNTs that have already done their explosive things on the world, whatever that is. Look at it's still gonna be falling down in the next couple minutes, but we have to move on to the next level. Grab a new TNT is probably one of my favorites. Let's get some innocent cows. Let's get some cows. And set the time today one more time, because I really don't want this to be a 40-minute video. view again, and let's spawn a bunch of cows in Word. And boop, 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 boop. Hi, Mr. Cow. Hi, Mr. Cow. Alright, now when I light this TNT, it'll suck everything in and shoot them all out. And let's place it down. Alright, even I get sucked in as a player. Look, we're all getting sucked in. There we go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look, the cows are dying. Look, the cows are still dying. Oh my gosh. Ah! That was so funny. Let's try that again. Let's put some cows farther away here. Put them all the way over here. And now let's light it up and I'll show you what happens. And now they should slowly... Oh, another TNT from the firework just came down, but now they'll all be sucked in. Look, there they are. Hello. Oh, this is the best. Oh, look at the cows. Ha! Ah, you're gonna die. Ha, have fun. Whee! And you're dead. Oh, that was the best. So much meat and leather and stuff. And the next one is the Easter egg TNT, which creates so many pumpkins and so many watermelons. And when it explodes, it'll create another chain reaction of more TNT, but it won't. It'll do some explosions, but it'll fill the explosions with pumpkins and watermelons. And the reaction will occur 3 times and create your own massive fruit quarry. It'll even embed itself in trees. So if you want watermelon trees, make sure you use that one. And the last one is the custom TNT, which I just dropped. That was kind of a fail. But the custom TNT, you can set the configurations in the settings, and it can do whatever you want it to do. So I didn't set up one today because I wanted you to experiment with the custom TNT yourself. But that is pretty much it for the TNTs. There are a couple other things. There are Dynamites, which are like less powered TNTs that you can throw. To craft one, you just put a regular TNT through the crafting table, and there's only a couple TNTs, you know, for the ones that make sense to have like less powerful ones. So for example, with the animal TNT, you're not going to have a less powerful dynamite, but for something like the TNT times 500, you may have a less powerful TNT. So for example, if we take what's a good one? The fire TNT. And then I just throw it on the ground here. It'll be throwable and it'll create instant impact, but the fire explosion won't be. So I'm just spinning the mouse right now. Look at all the lag. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to do that. No. Anyways, I think that's it for the mod review. So thank you so much for watching. If you happen to enjoy this video, then please do leave a like. And if you are new to my channel, then please consider subscribing to the Golden Potato today for frequent Minecraft videos. So thank you so much for watching. I don't know where Frank is. I have to go find Frank, but if you do have any suggestions, questions, or comments, please do leave them in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to read them and answer them if it needs to be answered. So, this has been Frank, if I can find him in his obsidian bunker. This has been Fred the Creeper, and this has been Emma from the Golden Potato, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!